Assalamu alaikum. My name is Sayyid Zulfisha Arif and my roll number is EP1770163. This assignment is about megaloblastic anemia and is going to be submitted to Madam Shahan. So, what are the causes of this type of anemia? That can be vitamin B12 deficiency or folic acid deficiency, or it could just be inherited. It results from impaired DNA synthesis in replicating cells, which is signaled by large immature nucleus. RNA protein synthesis remain unaffected and the cytoplasm matures normally. Megaloblastic changes can be observed microscopically in RBC and in proliferating cells that can be in the cervix, skin, and GI tract. Although the clinical effects of vitamin B12 and folic acid, that is the major factor in causing, that is the main causes of megaloblastic anemia. So the clinical effect of vitamin B12 and folic acid deficiencies can differ in various organ systems. They are similar in their effect on the hemopoietic system. Typically, macrocytic anemia develops slowly and can be identified by large, oval, well hemoglobinized red cells that you can see in this picture. In this picture, you can see these well hemoglobinized red cells. The reticulocyte count is low and bilirubin level is elevated. Thrombocytopenia is present and the platelets are large. Thrombocytopenia is present and the platelet leukopenia occur with hypersegmentation of polymorphonuclear leukocyte nuclei. If biopsied, the bone marrow is markedly hypercellular. You can see the difference between these two, between the normal cellular and the hyper and hypocellular. So, in the case of megaloblastic anemia or the vitamin B12 or folic acid anemia, they will be hypercellular. Symptoms include anorexia, fatigue, pre-existing cardiovascular or pulmonary problems, sore, pale, smooth tongue, diarrhea or constipation, edema and urticaria may also be present. One of the main causes, as stated in the second slide, is the main cause of megaloblastic anemia is vitamin B12, folate anemia, folic acid anemia, or hereditary factors. But here we are going just to see the vitamin B12 deficiency factors. That it is commonly associated with alcoholism, rapid cell turnover, and dietary deficiency. In alcoholic, the daily intake of the folate contained in food may be restricted or absent. In addition, enterohepatic recirculation of folate can become impaired by the toxic effect of alcohol or hepatic cell. So, as stated in this paragraph, two things are observed. One is it is affecting the hepatic cells, and it is the effect of alcohol. Folate deficiency also can develop during the third trimester of pregnancy as a result of marginal diet and the rapid metabolism of the fetus. Folate coenzymes are required for most metabolic pathway. So we're going to solve this case study today. TJ, a malnourished appearing woman in her second trimester of pregnancy, present to the local health clinic for her regular checkup. First thing we are observing is that she is malnourished. As stated in the previous slide, that the person will have this marginal diet problem. She is multiparous, 22-year-old woman who ran away from home when she was 16. TJ has a 7-year history of excessive alcohol intake and has been using cocaine frequently for 3 years. Now she is using alcohol as well. She is having her third pregnancy trimester, and she is also she's also taking alcohol and cocaine frequently. She lives with her husband and her 19-month-old daughter. During both pregnancies, TJ has lost 8 to 10 pound during the first trimester. Secondary to nausea, vomiting, and anorexia. These are the symptoms as stated in the slides in the previous slides about the megaloblastic anemia. Her only complaints are dyspnea on exertion, palpitation, and diarrhea. Pertinent laboratory values include the following things. The diagnosis of folate deficiency is plausible, considering folate deficient can develop in a matter of week to month, as with patients who are folate deficient. TJ has more than one risk factor for folate deficiency: cocaine and alcohol. She's taking both. Together with multiparity complicated by anorexia, nausea, and vomiting could lead to poor nutrition. She's having poor nutrition. Taking alcohol and cocaine. Alcohol has toxic effect on the intestinal mucosa and interferes with folate utilization by the bone marrow. Alternatively, cocaine may also be causing anorexia. The nutritional intake of people who abuse alcohol and drug is often poor. She should be asked about her dietary habits and recent weight history. She may have a folate poor diet for financial reasons, or she's overcooking her food. Alternatively, cocaine may be causing anorexia. The nutritional intake of people who abuse alcohol and drug is often poor. Diagnosis and management. We'll see her history here. This value represents macrocytic anemia. Her vitamin B12 serum level is normal, you can see here, but her folate level is inadequate, as exemplified by the low RBC folate concentration. Serum folate concentration generally reflect folate balance over over the past 3 weeks. Although one balanced meal can raise serum level and falsely elevate body stores, tissue folate stores are more accurately reflected by the RBC polyglutamate folate content, which is approximately 10 to 30 times the corresponding serum folate concentration. 46 hemolysis of vitamin B12 can cause leakage of the monoglutamated folates from cell, thereby falsely elevating serum folate levels. TJ should be counseled regarding her nutritional and social habits, that she should restrict the alcohol and cocaine intake, and she should be more focused on her diet that contains the folic acid, because the estimated total body folate store is only about 5 to 10. 1 mcg of folic acid given daily for 2 to 3 weeks should be more than adequate to replace her storage pool of folate. Higher dosage up to 5 mcg may be needed. However, if absorption is compromised by alcohol, as she is alcoholic, or other factors, 48, once stores are replenished, TJ should continue folate supplements throughout her pregnancy and lactation period. She should be reassessed after the course of therapy to determine response to therapy, and if cause of the folate deficiency has been corrected, supplementation with folic acid may be required as long as risk factors are present. TJ's fetus is unlikely to develop folate deficiency because maternal folate is preferentially delivered to the fetus. TJ response to therapy can be monitored by several different parameters. Although bone marrow aspirates are not obtained routinely, the RBC morphology should begin to revert back to normal within 24 to 48 hours after therapy is initiated, and hypersegmented neutrophils should disappear in the periphery in about 1 week. Serum chemistry and hemogram studies should begin to normalize within 10 days. The reticuloid count should increase by 2 to 3 and peak by day 10. LDH and bilirubin values should normalize in 1 to 3 weeks. That was also stated in our slides that bilirubin values will be affected if the person has the anemia. Finally, the anemia should be corrected in 1 to 2 months. Once anemia is corrected, 0.1 mcg of folate as nutritional supplement should be adequate for maintenance treatment. If patient with underlying vitamin B12 deficiencies are inappropriately treated with folate, neurologic sequelae will persist and macrocytic anemia will abate but will not resolve completely. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.